Let's start with how we got here. On June 22nd, Battlefront 2 reached nearly 36,000 concurrent players on Steam. That's more than triple its old peak, and way beyond what most live service games pull off years after launch. So, what sparked this? Well, first off, there was a huge 90% discount on Steam. I picked the game up for $4.99 Australian. You beauty. That brought the Celebration Edition down to just $3.99, which made it an easy pickup for new players. Then the Kyber modding community organized a massive fan event called Resurgence Day that brought thousands back for coordinated play sessions. Add to that the recent hype around Star Wars, with Andor Season 2 airing and the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. Can you believe it's been 20 years since this came out?
I'm old, Gandalf. I know I don't look it, but I'm beginning to feel it in my heart. I feel thin, sort of stretched, like butter scraped over too much bread.
It's easy to see why interest suddenly reignited. Oh, and one more thing. NBA star Kyrie Irving randomly streamed the game on Twitch and talked about how badly he wants a sequel. That definitely helped stir the conversation.
Call of Duty, of course I want to play 2K, but I want them to make a Battlefront 3 already, bro. I'm ready for this shit to come out. I'm ready for GTA 6 to come out. I'm ready to game. I'm ready to switch shit on, like turn shit up, but like, come on, dog. They keep playing with my emotions. You keep playing with my, so I'm gonna keep playing this game. I'm gonna have Star Wars sponsor me. I'm gonna make some Star Wars shoes for Anta. I'm gonna do a crazy collab, and then that's how shit gonna get going.
But even with all this attention, there's a big gap between fan excitement and publisher action. Here's the reality. EA isn't making Battlefront 3, and the recent surge probably won't change that. The company's focus right now is on live service titles, games like Apex Legends, FIFA Ultimate Team, and whatever the next Sims or Battlefield turns out to be. These are games that make money consistently through microtransactions and season passes. Battlefront 2? It had a famously rocky launch because of loot boxes, and even though it eventually became beloved, EA shut down its updates in 2020. The development team moved on. DICE, the studio behind it, has then since focused entirely on trying to salvage the Battlefield franchise after multiple rough releases. And even though Battlefront 2 is seeing renewed love, that alone isn't enough to convince EA to throw tens of millions into a full sequel. They need more than nostalgia, they need long-term profit, and right now, they don't see that in this series. Now, if you've been following the franchise for a long time, you might remember that Battlefront 3 was already supposed to exist. And it almost did. Back in the mid-2000s, a studio called Free Radical Design, the folks who made Time Splitters, were working on Battlefront 3 under LucasArts. It was ambitious. The game had full-scale battles that let you fly from the ground into space with no loading screens. It was dark, cinematic, and according to the devs, it was about 90% done. But in 2008, LucasArts pulled the plug, and officially they blamed missed deadlines and budget concerns. But many developers have since said the cancellation was political. LucasArts execs weren't happy with Free Radical and wanted out. Whatever the case, years of work were lost. Fans only got to see the leaked alpha builds much later. And to make things worse, fans even tried to revive the concept with mods like Galaxy and Turmoil, but EA, who had the Star Wars rights at the time, shut it down pretty fast. So yeah, Battlefront 3 has always been cursed. So if EA isn't making it, and Free Radical's version is long gone, who could make it now? Well, EA no longer has exclusive rights to Star Wars games. That deal ended in 2023. Since then, Lucasfilm Games has started working with different studios, Ubisoft, Respawn, and even Quantic Dream. Ubisoft worked on Star Wars Outlaws, which is an open world kind of game that is a bit hit and miss. Respawn is doing both a first-person shooter and a strategy game in the Star Wars universe. But there's no sign, none, that anyone is developing a new Battlefront. And that's important. There's not even a rumor of Battlefront 3. No leaks, no hints, no LinkedIn job postings, nothing. Not from EA, not from Disney, and not from any other major studio. So where does that leave us? On one hand, the Battlefront community is alive and passionate. The game is being kept alive by modders, community events, and fans who just want to relive the magic of galactic-scale battles. But on the other hand, there's no publisher currently interested in funding a risky, expensive shooter like Battlefront 3, especially when that space is now dominated by live service giants like Fortnite, Call of Duty, and even Apex Legends. The sad truth is, as much as we wanted, Battlefront 3 doesn't make financial sense to the people holding the licenses right now. Fans want heart, publishers want charts. So no, Battlefront 3 isn't coming. Not now, maybe not ever. But what we can do is keep supporting the games we love, keep the conversation alive, and keep showing the industry that Star Wars shooters do have a place in modern gaming. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe, and I've got more gaming news, deep dives, and forgotten game histories coming your way. And tell me in the comments, what would your dream Battlefront 3 look like? Until next time, may the Force be with you.